What's up, y'all? Welcome to the very first installment of jefferyTV Sports. You know, I gotta have something crazy like that to say. First thing I want to start off talking about is my jersey. I wear the number 14, and I've worn it before. And if you see on the back, it does say O'Donnell on the back. My buddies back in the day used to call him O'Dummy and all kinds of stuff. The reason I sport number 14, Neil O'Donnell, is to shock people. I am that kind of person. But also, Mr. Neil O'Donnell is a starting Super Bowl quarterback. That there is a finite number of starting Super Bowl quarterbacks. And I just happened to be at that Super Bowl when he threw those 2 interceptions. And I remember the feeling when LaVon Kirkland made the interception, or made the sack. When he sacked it, we were going to get the ball back and a little bit of time left. And that feeling, you're in the stadium, and it was good and overwhelming. And actually, I got this jersey the next day. After the game, when I went back up to the stadium in Phoenix. It was, I guess somebody had found it on the ground or something. It looked like on the back somebody had tried to take the numbers off, and a guy sold it to me, and because I had to get it because of the NFL. I got it because of the NFL. So when you see me at the stadiums and you guys do be calling me O'Donnell, I gotta sport it that way. So that's how we swing. Secondly, I wanted to talk about the fact that I think that my football team is a conservative Christian football team. Mr. Roethlisberger points up to the sky. Receiver everybody points up to the sky. It seems like on my football team when they score or something. I've seen the team in prayer on YouTube, and just the demeanor and the style in which they carry themselves seems conservative. And the players that do leave my football team, the Plexico Barrises and the Antoine Randall Els, I'm not saying that they're not Christian. I'm saying that they may not be as conservative and fit in that tight mold that the Pittsburgh area or maybe back there seems to have. Because even though I can't live like that, or I would prefer not to live in the conservative Christian arena, I don't mind that my football team is. Whatever keeps Ben Roethlisberger head straight, whatever he needs to believe in to keep that young kid off the streets of Hollywood and all these girls and gambling and drugs getting at him, whatever he needs to believe in, whatever he needs to point at, I'm with. I'm not going to question his faith, as long as he's my quarterback, because I can't live like that. But I'm glad my football team is like that. And that's something I've been wanting to say for a long time. I'm not sure if some of you out there might know how religious or, conservative or Christian or whatever the football team is. But to me, it seems that they're very conservative and Christian. Everybody points up to the sky and it's not a bad thing. I just can't live like that. I'm glad my football team is like that. I like the discipline, and whatever works. Thirdly and lastly, I wanted to talk about the New England Patriots and Randy Moss and Tom Brady. When Randy Moss was in Oakland, I noticed that for 2 years he was quiet. He didn't do nothing. I'm like, he up there and there's a lot going on, but you never hear Mr. Moss cutting up or nothing. And then when I heard the New England picked them up, I said, oh my goodness. And I don't know nothing about this. I don't have no insight. This is just my gut feeling. I bet you somebody said, Mr. Moss, if you straighten up for a year and a half, you can go play with Mr. Brady. And I say Mr. Brady because Mr. Brady is and I'm going to have to get racial here, he's the great white quarterback. He's the ultimate American white Superman quarterback. Even I look at him like that. And the reason I say it like that, because he fits in that mold. Ex-presidents go to the New England Patriots games. That's where they're at. You know what I mean? George Bush won. Goes to their games and stuff. That's New England is connected. I mean, and I have to say it this way, and it's probably gonna come wrong. It's a privileged It's a privilege to play with Mr. Tom Brady. And when they let somebody like Randy Moss in there, you know, somebody who's used to cutting up and had a little bit of history of doing some shit. All right, I'm going to say it. Randy Moss is a nigga, all right? He got them nigga ways and he'll put it on you. And I'm rooting for him. I hope he keep it straight. I hope he stay out of trouble. A lot of people going to say maturity. I don't buy that maturity stuff. But all that people going to say, you know, experience. It may be experience. I don't use the word maturity. I just think he settled down a little bit and he's going to get serious. He's going to play a football season. And I have to admit that after they win it all, I hope he do cut up and do a little something there, you know, just on him. But because I do like that little nigga in him. But, you know, he has the opportunity, you know, to actually play with the great American white boy, you know, the exalted one, you know. And Tom Brady is exalted. He's a media darling. You know, he's put up on that pedestal because he carries himself that way, you know, and he just carries himself that way. Niggas don't. That's why I like to go party with niggas, you know. I don't go party with Tom Brady's. I go party with I go across the tracks to get it on with people who are less controlled, you know, and have that thing. You know, and I hope a lot of you people, you know, I had to use the N-word. I had to say nigga because that's what he is. You know, I mean, that's what I believe he is. And, you know, I know this is supposed to be a sports talk, but I just can't talk sports. You want to go talk sports, you can go talk, you know, watch Jim Rome or go to the NFL statistics. But, you know, my stuff is just going to be a little bit more inside and a little bit more depth. The other thing I want to talk about, I guess, one thing is my Pittsburgh season look really good. The team looks good. We're doing offense. We have never moved. I don't think we've moved the ball like this well in a long time. 2-minute drill, we went down and got a touchdown. Now, of course, the defense can't stop nobody. I think the last game, Denver, we didn't stop them at all. I think they went down every time they got the football. And in the beginning of this last game against it was Cincinnati, they were moving the ball. We couldn't stop them. I was like, stop them and get off the field. Sooner or later, defense is going to get together. Mr. Roethlisberger's throwing the ball good. Mr. Ward, all-pro. Heath Miller, Willie Parker. I mean, Davenport, the off receivers, you know, Washington and all them. It's just, you know, it's coming together. I sit there and watch the offense. It's beautiful. And I'm really excited about it. Come week 14, baby, we get Mr. Moss and Mr. Brady. And right now, they're going to eat us up. The way our defense is playing, they're going to eat us up. But I know, if I know my football team and I know those big games, we always come up. Those big games, somehow we figure out a way to come up, and we always have. So week 14, and New England going to beat the hell out of Indianapolis. New England ain't going to beat the shit out of Indianapolis. They just going to stomp them in the ground like they going to do something ignorant to them. You watch. they going to show out on them. You heard it here first. jefferyTV Sports coming at you.